Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming weekly forecast starting from October 24th till October 30th. So definitely friends, this week's forecast becomes very important for all of us because of the whole lot of planetary shift and transition which is going to be taking place. So if you want to know about the highlight of this week, so definitely the week will start on this good note that Saturn would have come out of its retrograde motion, and on October 26th Mercury will enter the sign of Libra and it is going to get conjunct with Sun, Ketu and Venus over there. And at the end of the week, Mars is going to be going into the retrograde motion in its currently transiting Gemini sign. Moon, because for any of the weekly forecast video we have to give our attention more towards the journey of the moon in that period of time. So moon will start its week being in a new moon alignment in the Libra sign and will end the week being in the Sagittarius sign. And like the way friends, I always say this thing that whenever it comes down to these kind of transit videos, so these are just going to be giving you an indication or probability of the events. In order to land at any conclusion, you have to take into consideration the kind of yogas you have in your chart and what kind of dashas are currently operational in your life. So okay friends, now starting first with the Aries rising people. So definitely friends, at your work front, if I have to take my attention, so just because you have actually endured or you have been patient for past couple of weeks or I would say months as well, so now all of your impatience is gonna come to an end because Saturn is going to be gaining momentum again in your 10th house. So I would say that things will actually start progressing at your work front, but just because of the sensitivity of the planetary vibration in this week and your ascendant lord being a part of this agitation as well, because it is in a 6th 8th combination from the transiting Saturn, and Mars's transit in the 3rd house in the Gemini sign specifically is not a very positive dignified placement for it. So driven by any frustration or haste or impulse, do not take any important, sensitive or a very headstrong decision at your work front. But I've already given you this highlight that at your work front things are gonna start looking brighter and positive after this week, or I would say from the end of the week. Now talking about other areas of your life, like let's say for example if you are a student, you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, so I would say that you have to work on your impulses and on your confidence as well, because as you can see that your 5th house lord is going to be a part of this week's solar eclipse as well. And being I have already made an exclusive video on this whole planetary concentration taking place right now in the Libra sign, where Sun's energy is getting compromised on a greater extent compared to other planets. So because of which, work on your degree and sense of confidence, I would say. For students, definitely guys, you have to work hard for any of the concerns of the matrimony and all of that. So over there things can take a positive leap. So if you are on a lookout for any of the matrimonial alliances, so the week is creating a positive energy in that front. And when I say your social life, your family life, so just because guys, if you are a Hindu and you are watching this video, so I'm very much sure that during this week there is going to be many invitations, many gatherings because of the festival of Diwali and whole of this festive vibes. So just because the way planets are influencing you right now, I would say that the possibility is very high that driven by your own restlessness or impulse, there could be some stark argument with someone close. So over there you have to remain very cautious, you have to remain very careful. But overall at your professional front, I'm actually looking forward to some hope coming in. And also pertaining to the matters of travel, the week is creating a very positive energy. Like I would say that if you are contemplating any change of your residence or contemplating about trying a new role or experimenting with some new craft, so regarding all those transition perspective, the week is creating a very positive energy for all the Aries Lagna people. Now guys, talking for the Taurus Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, Moon is going to be starting its journey from your 6th house and it's going to be ending the week in your 8th house. So regarding your professional front, regarding the flow of the income, the week is creating a very positive energy. Now just because the whole planetary concentration is taking place in your 6th house, your ascendant lord is a part of it, it is in a strong strength, and also Saturn would have come out of its retrograde motion in your 9th house. So overall planetary vibration is creating a energy of some very very strategic, very discerning decision taken by you during this week, which will prove to be very profitable in times to come. So regarding all that front, anything to do in the matters of your profession, in the matters of your education, or any of the concerns of higher studies, the week is creating a very positive energy. Now guys, when we talk about the matters of the health and travels, over there you have to remain a little bit cautious because Moon is going to be traveling and covering your 6th house, then ending the week in your 8th house. So because of which, try to remain very cautious, careful in the matters of health, in the matters of any of the travel if you have to undertake. And also guys, the week is also creating an energy where because of the outburst or because of the headstrongness of someone else, it might be very heartbreaking to get into a very unpleasing conversation with any of the close family member. So regarding that front, just keep yourself mentally prepared. In the matters of matrimonial concerns, so it's just a very lukewarm energy. I'm not seeing very fast paced progress, nor I'm seeing you like things not gonna give you any hope. It's just like that the more efforts you're gonna put, the better things can work out for you. And just because in a lot many Indian traditional families where we still follow the concept of the arranged marriages and all of that, and this week has got a lot of festive vibes attached to it, people will be getting invited to their relatives' house, exchange of the gifts, too much of the gossip and information. So I would say that regarding that front, the week is still creating a positive energy for the students. You have to work hard, and specifically all those people who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, or you have to write any exam. So I would say that the week is creating a positive energy with this whole concentration of the planets in your 6th house. You can succeed, or you can score good or perform good in any sort of competitive situation. Now guys, talking for the Gemini Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, Moon is going to be transiting from your 5th house and will be ending the week in your 7th house. So definitely friends, just because as you can see, the whole planetary concentration right now taking place in your 5th house, and over and above that, Saturn would have come out of its retrograde motion in your 8th house. So regarding your professional front, you can actually take some important decision during this week, which will prove to be very fruitful, very profitable in times to come. So regarding taking some important strategic decision, giving way to some sort of transformative decision connected to your personal life, connected to your professional life, the week is creating a positive energy. Regarding your health front guys, you have to remain a little bit cautious because the whole impact of this, as you can see, this new moon and solar eclipse is going to be influencing your 5th house, which has a lot to do with our thought process. So I would say, and also Moon is going to be transiting from your 6th house as well. So pertaining to the matters of your health, you have to remain a little bit cautious. And I would say till the time Mars is transiting in your 1st house, even in any of the matters of real estate, property, the week is creating a positive energy for the students. I'm not seeing you guys any vulnerable, so students can also get benefited. Only thing is that try not to ponder over too much of the things which you are lacking, because whenever this kind of energy concentrates in the 5th house, and just because Sun is getting compromised, the vibration, the confidence of Sun is getting compromised. So try to remain optimistic, keep yourself self-driven, self-motivated, and then you can score good, you can perform good. If you have to write any important competitive exam, even from the perspective of the matrimonial alliances perspective, the week is creating a positive energy, like things can take a positive leap, like for a lot many, if your ongoing dasha is also running favorable. So some like we say that at some place some confirmation in matrimonial alliances can also be expected during this week. And lastly guys, I've already mentioned because of the influence of and the transit of Mars in your first house, a good time for any of the real estate related dealings, buying or selling. And just in the matters of your health, try to keep yourself well balanced, and most importantly not only from your physical health, over this time even your mental health and anxiety, something which can also bother you. So just try to keep a life bit relaxed, bit organized as a part of your this week's theme. Now guys, for all the Cancer Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, just because this whole eclipse and new moon is going to be influencing the areas of your 4th house, and moon is going to be a part of it definitely, and it will end the week in your 6th house. So regarding the domestic life, there could be some up and down and some sort of disturbance in the domestic life which you have to handle very carefully. I would say that this week is also creating energy of some travel or those kind of circumstances or like responsibilities which can take you away from the home, or answerability in your public life that can also arise during this week pertaining to the matters of your professional life, I would say. And moreover for the people in their businesses and all of that. So just because Saturn is going to be turning direct in your 7th house, so the week can give you opportunity to come across new people, new opportunity, successful agreement, collaboration. Regarding that front, the week is creating a positive energy. For people engaged in service, so see, just try to remain cautious and careful, because this week is creating an energy of too much of the blame game sort of energy. Like if you are a part of any joint project where you have this kind of premonition or this instincts that the people who are a part of the team are not trustable, they are not putting equal level of efforts. So try to keep everything and all the terms clear, because you do not want to get entangled in any sort of blame game once the outcome of your those project is gonna come out. And also guys, like for anything to do with the like matrimonial alliances concern, so now just because Saturn is going to be turning direct right now, so because of which during this week some sort of, like rather I would say that at some places and in some people's case, the finalization of any rishta, of any matrimonial alliances can also take place. So very good week for the matrimonial alliances, for business commercial dealing pertaining to the matters of the people engaged in service or in your personal family life. That area can actually experience some sort of instability or disturbances, and I have already explained travels will prove to be very profitable for all the Cancer Lagna people. And guys, I have already uploaded a lot of video on this upcoming solar eclipse and all these individual videos on their transit, and I have highlighted it everywhere that just try to remain cautious, that because 4th house eclipse energy many times give rise to insecurity, anxiety. So the only reason why we watch all these videos is that so that we can prepare ourselves accordingly, rather than getting overwhelmed at the force of these kind of uprise of the cosmic energies. Now guys, talking from the perspective of the Leo Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, moon is going to be starting its journey from your 3rd house and will be ending the week in your 5th house. So guys, if I were to highlight the theme or the specific areas of your life this week, so just because your ascendant lord is going to be like, it is already debilitated in your 3rd house. So from the 3rd house we take our capacity to take initiative, our sense and degree of confidence, individuality, and also just because I'm actually talking more from the perspective of the Indian communities, Hindu communities. So we will be doing a lot of gathering and socialization because of this Diwali vibes. So I would say that just try to remain cautious, because this is a kind of a typical yoga which can give rise to to misunderstanding, miscommunication, some sort of argument. So just try to remain a bit cautious, because the chances are very strong that, driven by your own insecurities, you might try to compensate that with impulse and with aggression or with outburst. So try to remain very cautious over there. Now definitely friends, this is one area, or like one prone or vulnerable area. But when we talk about the gifted or the blessed side of this week, so definitely, because moon is going to be ending the week in your 5th house, so definitely for anything to do with the, like specifically for the students or all those people who are connected with art, entertainment, media, so the 5th house connected energy is getting very positively generated over here. So you can also get benefited in these areas. So very good time for the students. I would also say that because Venus is in a strong dignity, so even in any of the matters of love, romance, any sort of adventure, the week is creating a positive energy. Now guys, if we will see that, just because your 6th house and 7th house rulership goes to the planet Saturn, and Saturn would have, like Saturn has already now back in the direct motion. So because of which, like for any of the concerns of partnership, collaboration and loans, because Saturn, the moment it is going to be gaining momentum in this week, so suddenly all the 6th house related matters are going to get churned up, or it's going to get initiated. So because of which, like take into consideration the credibility of the people if you get approached for any collaboration, any partnership, any business related association. So try to remain very careful, very cautious that how good is the influence of that person on you. And just because, the only reason why I'm mentioning this thing, because of this whole energy of new moon, solar eclipse and your sun ascendant lord being afflicted, so it might make you prone towards taking some decision where you might undermine yourself, so driven by lack of confidence and all of that. So just remain very cautious, careful over there. Do not give your final word if you are not 100% contented or satisfied or confident. And also pertaining to the matters of your health as well, I would say that give attention to the health as well, ascendant lord, because sun is the actual significator of body vitality for everyone, so give attention towards that as well. And also lastly, even in the matters of your public image and all of that, so keep your conduct very organized, well managed, because any of the unethical act, any sort of wrong gesture or act done by you might have a kind of effect, a negative effect on your public image as well. So just give attention to all these areas during this week. Now guys, talking from the perspective of the Virgo rising people, so now guys, in your case, moon is going to be starting the journey from your 2nd house and will be ending the week in your 4th house. So definitely guys, for anything to do with the financial prospects or financial opportunity, rather I would say from multiple sources, the week is creating a very positive energy. So happiness on the account of your socialization, support from your family, spending your money in the family related matters, and like a positive flow in your finances can be foreseen as a theme of this week for you guys. Second thing is that guys, just because Saturn would have gained its regular motion in your 5th house, so because of which, for all those people in whose case you have been facing any hardship in the matters of your education, in the matters of your, I would say, love, romance and all these areas, so you can experience some progress in all these areas as well. Like rather I would say that if during this week you have to write any important competitive exam and all of that, or just because it's a festive mode, so you like someone and you want to introduce that person to your family and all of that, so all those things can be seen or will prove to be very profitable. The only thing is that guys, for all those people, because as you can see that your 8th house lord is not in a very strong dignity right now, because in any case Mars is not a auspicious planet for you guys, and right now in the transit it is kind of very afflicted. So just try not to get entangled into any sort of office related politics. That is one thing which I want to say to you. And like moreover, try not to be a part of any gossip. That is one thing. Second thing is that like any of the 8th house related matters, like any of the court case, if you're going through any of the concerns of the property or ancestral property related dispute, if you're going through, then over there as well there could be some sort of disappointment. So just try to remain patient in those areas. And I would say that if you actually want to purchase right now, because your dhan bhava, like your house of wealth, is right now is in a strong dignity, so I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable over there, because Jupiter is also transiting right over there in your 7th house. So regarding buying any new property or any of the important family related purchases, I would say the week is creating positive energy. It's just like that at your professional front, just refrain from getting involved in any sort of politics. So yes guys, and also for the students, for people who are kind of working very hard or looking out for any matrimonial proposals and all of that, so regarding that front as well, the week is creating very positive energy for all the Virgo Lagna people. Now guys, talking from the perspective of the Libra Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, as you can see that Moon is going to be starting the journey from your 1st house and will be ending the week in your 3rd house. Now just because in your case, Moon's transit becomes very important because it has got the rulership of your 10th house as well. So at your work front, there could be little bit disturbance. But when we talk about your family life, because in your 4th house, Saturn would have come out of its retrograde motion. So I'm actually looking forward to some progress in the matters of your family life, in the matters of your domestic life. Like rather, I would also say that even for any of the concerns of matrimonial alliances, matrimonial proposals, investing in property, buying a property, or any of those important concrete decision connected with the family life can be taken with complete confidence and with lot of positivity, because those are the areas which are looking to be very well guarded, very well protected for a lot many Libra Lagna people. For the students guys, like I'm not seeing you guys vulnerable, because it's just like that Saturn, which has got the rulership of your 5th house, now it is has gone and has got a lot of strength in the transit. So because of which, whether we talk about your family life, personal life, every area is, it looks like to be very well guarded. And just because if you are a Hindu and you're gonna follow all these celebration and all of that, so like expenses on the family and the elderly members of the family, near and dear people of your family, so there could be a lot of money which you're gonna spend in all these matters. But again, important is that the yoga is getting formed in such a way that it is only going to bring happiness and enjoyable experiences with the loved ones. But again guys, at your professional front, I would say that there could be little bit of the disturbances which might be very sudden. So try to remain very cautious, very careful, and well guarded, well prepared for that. And the suddenness, the element of suddenness which I mentioned at your professional front, which is making you prone and vulnerable in a negative way. But same way for the concerns of marriage and relationship, regarding that front as well, there could be some very sudden, in a very like without you being expecting it, but suddenly being introduced to someone, or you like someone, suddenly things are taking a positive leap in that direction. So this is how the energies are gonna work out as a part of your this week's forecast. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, the energy is making you very prone and vulnerable during this week, because as you can fairly see, Moon is going to be a part of this eclipse, this new moon taking place in your 12th house, and then it will get debilitated in your 1st house, then it will end the journey in your 2nd house. So now guys, even your ascendant lord is in a very sensitive state right now, being transiting in the 8th house. Then on the at the end of the week, it is going to go retrograde over there as well. And just because in your case, Moon has got the rulership of your house of luck and fortune, so the whole energy is getting formed in such a way that your life, your ascendant lord is making you prone. This could be for any frustration, agitation, scandal, allegation, and luck is not also supporting you that much. So that is the only reason I just want to highlight that during this week, try to keep things very simple and organized. Like watching these videos does not mean that you do not have to do your job or your duty. Keep on doing that. Just like specifically if you are Hindu follower. So recitation of Hanuman Chalisa, Bajrang Baan will become all-time important during this phase, or the way planets are influencing you right now. Keep on doing your regular thing, but when we talk about experimenting with something new, trying your luck in something new, or venturing out with a fear of lot of credibility related issue, outcome related instability, then also acting adamant and focusing your energies in that areas, so this kind of attitude can become a matter of regret later on. So just try to keep the energy of you this week very relaxed, also pertaining to the unexpected expenses as well. So the week is actually making you very prone, very vulnerable. And I always say this thing, guys, that whenever if this is how the planetary vibration is gonna be getting indicated, so rather than falling prey to the vulnerable side of it, try to do justice or honor that planet while doing some alternative actions, like realign your karma as per the vibration of that planet. So I would say that rather than 12th house and 8th house energy making you prone and vulnerable towards being a part of some wasteful expenses, so rather I would say that during this time, if you get a time to do some charity, support some NGO, do some voluntary work, so that is going to be very advisable. So yes friends, I do not have much to add for you guys for this week. It's just like that, manage your expenses, they can suddenly go very high. Recite Hanuman Chalisa, do Bajrang Baan, and refrain from getting entangled into any sort of arguments or frustration. And also guys, I also want to highlight this thing over here, because see, it's just like that, it's not like your ascendant lord. See, in your case, your ascendant lord goes like debilitated, which can be a very sensitive placement for any ascendant lord. So your ascendant lord goes debilitated in the 9th house, but that placement also does not make you that much prone or vulnerable as your ascendant lord in the 8th house makes you prone. And just because even the planetary concentration being right now in the 12th house, so this is the kind of a typical yoga where sometimes what happen is that we keep on getting into arguments and debate without having much of the karmic repercussion. But when this kind of alignment is getting formed, so what happen is that for you this might look like to be a usual argument, but the consequence of that might come back later in a very kind of expanded or in a very exaggerated way. So just refrain from any arguments, any conflict, and give attention, focus towards your job, towards your work, and reciting Bajrang Baan and Hanuman Chalisa this week will prove to be very profitable or very protective for all the Scorpio Lagna people. Now guys, for all the Sagittarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, as you can see, Moon is going to be starting its journey from your 11th house and will be ending the week right over there in your 1st house. So definitely guys, I want to be very honest over here regarding the gains perspective, income perspective, and because of the support from your bosses at your work front, like remaining lucky in meeting some prominent people, being introduced to some lucrative opportunity, regarding all that front, the week is creating a very, very positive energy. Now the prone and vulnerable areas are just because guys, in your case, Moon has got the rulership of your 8th house, and just because Moon is going to be a part of this obviously new moon, so pertaining to the matters of your health, and over here I'm talking more from the perspective of the emotional mental health. So over there you have to remain a little bit cautious, careful. And also guys, as you can see that just because Saturn's coming out of its retrograde and being in a direct motion in your 2nd house is in itself is a very good energy. But when we talk about the contribution coming in from the planet Mars, so as you can see that many times what happens is that these kind of like being a prominent 11th house right now in the transit, which can makes your wish go very high. And sometimes because Moon is making a alignment which is making your emotions little bit unstable, and if you will see that your 5th house lord planet Mars is going to be, it's currently transiting in your 7th house. So many times I have seen in these kind of alignments where all those people who are either in a loving relationship or like they are just trying to convince their parents, their family for the tying the knot or looking forward to the right date, like many times what happens is that your partner is not very willing, not very ready to give you the commitment or give you the final date. Like you both enjoy each other's company, you both are compatible, but one person is not that ready for that marriage commitment. But whenever the planetary vibration gets formed like this, so one person somehow starts putting pressure on another. So just try to refrain from those kind of headstrong decision in the matters of your love and romance, because the outcome of that might not be very pleasing. Like pressurizing someone might not give out the best outcome, specifically in the matters of lifetime decision, where we talk about marriage and all of that. And also guys, for the students as well, you have to work very hard, because the whole alignment is that because the fifth house lord is in such a alignment, it can actually make you overconfident. So just try to remain grounded regarding your aspiration, work hard, and I would say that the week is not making you guys prone. Just give little bit attention towards your emotional, mental health, and in terms of your professional endeavors, the week is creating a very positive, lucrative energy for a lot many Sagittarius Lagna people. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna people, so guys, in your case, the good news is that Saturn has already come out of its retrograde motion right over there in your first house. Second thing is that Moon is going to be starting its journey from your 10th house and will be ending the week in your 12th house. So guys, whatsoever slowdown you would have experienced in the past couple of months or weeks, the end of that is there. The end is very near. I would say that this week can actually prove to be very fortune awakening for a lot many Capricorn Lagna people. Guys, try to understand this thing, that when Saturn plays, see, Saturn is the slowest moving planet, like excluding the outer planets like Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. So the point which I'm trying to say over here is that we cannot compare the shift in the transit with any other Lagna. Like for when we talk about Leo Lagna or the Gemini Lagna or even the Libra Lagna, in your case, if your ascendant lord goes through any transition, those days tend to remain of some positive or negative news in a very sudden way. But the way other planets are contributing, transit is contributing to you, I'm seeing you guys getting more benefited with this shift in the Saturnian energy in the transit. And also guys, as you can see that Moon is also going to be traveling from some very prominent houses. So I would say that this week can actually prove to be very fortune awakening in the case of lot many Capricorn Lagna people, where suddenly you are getting considered for a new job, new promotion, being introduced to the prominent people, getting some very lucrative opportunity. So whatsoever delays and frustration you would have been facing from the past couple of months, or rather I would say weeks, this week can actually give you the result or reward for all of your patience. Second thing is that guys, like also because your 10th house right now is in a very strong dignity, and Venus has got a rulership of your 5th house as well. So I would say that definitely guys, for any of the concerns of education, planning to, or if you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, or any of the concerns of love or romance, so some progressive signs even in the matters of love, in the matters of your studies, I can see this thing working out in your favor during this week. And just because here we are talking about 5th house and Venus becomes a Yokarka planet, so even all those people who are connected with the mass media, films and television, so any performance given by you, if you have been awaiting signing up any deal or hearing to hearing back for any sort of audition, any sort of performances, so overall a very positive week for lot many Capricorn Lagna people. The good part over here is that luck is supporting you during this week, and the only one or vulnerable area which I'm seeing for you guys is the matters of the matrimonial alliances, because guys, in your case 7th house rulership goes to the planet Moon, and just because Moon is a part of the eclipse and it is going to be coming out of the new moon vibration as well, so over there, and like because from this solar eclipse we are heading towards the next like lunar eclipse as well, so in the matters of the matrimonial alliances I'm not seeing much of the positivity coming in. But regarding all other areas, and specifically the matters of your profession, the matters of your public outdoor life, this week is creating a very positive energy for lot many Capricorn Lagna people. Now for all the Aquarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, a moon is going to be starting its journey from your 9th house and will be ending the week in your 11th house. So definitely guys, luck is definitely be supporting you in all of your endeavors during this week. Like rather I would say that if you can spare time for visiting any place of worship or place of religious or spiritual significance, or any of the religious and spiritual gestures shown by you, will definitely enhance the prospects of your fortune or your luck. Second thing is that guys, definitely in the matters of your professional endeavors, any of the important professional meeting or performances, or applying for a new job, giving any presentations and all of that, the week is getting and creating a very positive energy in all those areas. Like guys, when we talk about the matters of the matrimonial alliances, so over there, just because see your 7th house lord planet sun is going to be a part of the eclipse, it is actually right now is in a very afflicted state. So in the matters of the new association, new proposal, over there the energy is not getting very positive. But let's say for example, for all those people who are already married or you are in a partnership business, so the support of your partner, the advice and support or moral support of your partners will definitely prove to be very fortune awakening in your case, because the way the whole combination is getting formed between your 7th house and the 9th house. Also guys, during this time, because as you can see that Jupiter is right now transiting in your 2nd house, so any of the advices given by you during this time to other people in your family circle, they would have definitely got benefited because of your help, because of your financial help, or because of your good suggestion. But when we look at your 3rd house, because Mars right now is in a very kind of a afflicted state, so and the way the whole transit is getting influenced or it's influencing you during this week, so I would say that refrain from getting into any argument with people. Like many times what happens is that even during this time you will approach to other people, like whenever we are going through some difficult times, we try to look for the suggestion from our friends, from our colleagues, from our neighbors, from our good buddies. So during this time the planetary vibration is not getting that positive that you will end up receiving some good suggestion or good help from other people. So try to be very self-reliant. Do not be dependent on other people, other people's feedback, other people's view, other people's opinion, because it is only gonna bring you down. So refrain from the judgmental eyes of the world. And yes guys, overall in the matters of matrimonial alliances, it's not a very positive indication. But yes, when we talk about for the students, and specifically all those students, either your subject entails anything to do with the research or psychology, so all those people can actually get very beautifully rewarded or benefited in any sort of competition, in any sort of competitive situation. Now guys, for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, a moon will start its journey from your 8th house and will end the week in your 10th house. Now honestly speaking, the week is creating a very good energy for people who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam. Like rather I would say guys that in your professional front, in your business front, this week can actually give rise to some unpredictable, unforeseen, some big windfall gain or some sort of very lucrative opportunity as well. But again guys, we cannot overlook this fact that right now in this whole new moon vibration, this solar eclipse influence, your 8th house is coming in the influence, which actually makes you very prone, very vulnerable towards negative thoughts, or like while taking any important decision, facing some intermittent concerns, issues, trouble. So I would say that just because, see, you cannot overlook this fact that Jupiter is transiting right over there in your 1st house. So all those people who are like elder to you, who are senior to you, or you get this vibes that they are gonna give you right advice, right counsel, or these are those people who have got good intentions in their heart for you. So reach out to other people while taking decision in any of the important matter. That will be a very right thing to do during this transit influence. And guys, I've already mentioned this thing that this whole concentration of the planets in your 8th house can be seen as a very, very good blessing, because Jupiter, the planet of fortune, is also transiting in your 1st house. So make use of this surge of energy in the transit in the form of taking out time for doing sadhana, doing meditation, reciting the mantra of your Ishta Devta, or of your Mahadasha a lot. So give and channel and direct your energies towards sadhana, towards religious, spiritual austerities. Reach out, take people's advice while taking any important decision. Battle and deal with your negative thoughts if you are getting prone and vulnerable towards that. At your professional front, some good positive development can be foreseen. Pertaining to the matters of the relationship or matrimonial alliances, the week is not creating a very positive energy, and definitely guys, for all the students, you have to work very hard. So this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this week's transit for all the rising signs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. धन्यवाद।